What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Run the World, Season 1, episode... What episode are we on? Episode 5. So, in this episode, we started off with Sunday and her Professor Boo Thang having to go before the board and having to explain their relationship. And, you know, it went decent. You know, they had to apply for an exception, and I don't know. I feel like they got it. And so as a result, they end up hosting a party. She moves in officially, and they end up hosting a party for a lot of his coworkers. And she said, you know, I basically have to win some favor. Like, you know, I'm there on a grant. There's a lot of money involved and connect, you know. And right now, we just need to reassure them that this is a solid situation, right? So they're having a party at his home, and you know he comes from a good family, and it's a refurbished brownstone that's been in the family for 50, 60 years, and you know, she's doing her best host duty. She cooked all the food, honey, and everything is good. The ladies are there to support her. And Renee walks in with some random dude that she done picked up, child. And she is being Renee, and he is being that random dude that you pick up. Now, he got the resume, but first thing he did was started talking about the pecan pie is slamming and why is the DJ playing jazz. And he need to find the DJ, okay? Well, there's no DJ. That is a CD. That is Pandora. That is Spotify playlist. There's no DJ. Okay. Then, Ella, we find out that Whitney her mom is going to be in town for the weekend so they can see the dress and they can have like the whole, bridesmaids, the fitting for everything. And of course, we know her and her mother do not have the best relationship. We've heard her complaining about her mother, and so she is not looking forward to her mother being their child. Okay. Then we have, Ella and Sunday end up in a conversation with a couple of the professors from campus, and the professor started talking about how you can sleep up. Now, she used the F word, but I don't want to say the F word, but she said, and when I thought she meant when you say you can F up, I thought she meant that Sunday had F'd up by sleeping with her professor and like that whole situation, but she meant F up like you can mess with somebody that is a higher station than you, and there's nothing wrong with that. And why should women be held to, that sexist, mindset, and that it's okay for women to sleep with a man that's going to put them in a better station in life, and there's really nothing wrong with that. And I feel like there was some undertones to that's what Sunday had did. That's what I felt like she was going with that. And Sunday ain't missed it. She ain't missed it. It didn't go over her head, okay? And she kind of, excused herself from the conversation. And she ended up taking Ella downstairs so they could, basically I think she went downstairs so she could vent about what had just happened. Well, come to find out, that professor had beat them down the steps. Now, I don't know how she did it. She down there washing a glass. And Sunday was like, oh, Professor, you didn't have to do that. Like, I got that. She said, oh, well, I couldn't find a clean glass. Oh, And she said, and Sunday was like, okay, well, and she starts talking about, basically, she does that catty woman thing that we do. She basically lets Sunday know you ain't the first girl that student that he done dated. And, this party is way better than the other parties he's had with his other students. Putting that doubt in Sunday's head. Now, I don't know if it's true or false. We ain't got that far yet. But, putting that doubt in in her head. So then Ella says to her, like, oh, Professor, it's so nice meeting you. Like, I love your work. I love your stance on things. And she will say, oh, thank you so much. And I love your hair. I mean, you have to be a really confident woman to pull that off. I said, oh. So anyway, so then later on that night, Sunday asked him, in a roundabout way, she asked Professor boyfriend, like, have you dated other women? Have you had these other parties with other women? And he was like, I've had other parties, but not with no other women. Like, no, what you talking about? Now, again, I don't know if it's true or not. We ain't got that far yet. I don't know if we're going to find out. But I feel like a part of me feels like this chick likes him, but he ain't choose her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always got to be careful about that woman. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say that because it's supposed to be girl power, but maybe it ain't always girl power, okay? So, later on that night, honey, Renee done hooked up with her dude. He got this necklace that keeps, the charm of the necklace keeps slapping her in the face. Every position that they get in, that charm ends up slapping her upside the head. And so she finally says, can you take this off? And he was like, I'll never take this off. And she was like, why? He said, because it's my wife. She said, these are the ashes of your dead wife. He was like, she was my best friend. She was the best woman I ever. And then that's when he meets his climax. Oh my goodness. So next thing we see, the ladies are meeting up at the bridal shop. Listen, those bridesmaids dresses are gorgeous. Each one of them has a different dress that really fits their personality. It really, really is a nice dress. And she's telling them about it, telling them, I've always kind of wanted to be in a threesome, but not like that, So Whitney shows up with her mom. Well, they're in the her and her mom in the car on the way. They must have gone shopping before. And Whitney's being very short with her mom, even borderline rude, And her mother's taking it all in stride. She was like, "Oh, those Jimmy shoes were beautiful. Did you put them on hold? Or what about your veil?" Like, she's been trying to be mother of the bride. So they get to the bridal shop, and of course, all of Whitney's friends love her mom. Like, they all grew up together, or they've known each other for years, and so they love her mom, and they're like, Mama Queen. And Renee immediately says, listen, my dress is beautiful, but I would love a slit. Can I get a slit added? And Whitney was like, no, that's not happening. Then Ella wants a +1 because now that her and Anderson are back doing whatever it is that her and Anderson are doing, she wants to invite Anderson to the wedding. But she, so she ain't get a chance to really ask Whitney about that yet. Then Sunday was, in her feelings about just the whole situation that had went down with her and the professor and the woman from the party, and she is still, fuming about that whole situation. And she feels like, and Ella is defending the woman like, listen, I don't see nothing wrong with what she said about, effing, fucking up. She said, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, I understood what she was saying, and I'm kind of okay with it. And so, of course, she was not feeling that. She was like, okay, but you my friend, you're supposed to have my back. Why are you defending her? So while all this going on, Whitney's in the back trying to get dressed, trying to get her corset and all that on. Her mother's trying to, help her get dressed. And she's snapping at her mom. And her mother is sitting there giving her this look like, what is really going on? Now, while they're in the back getting her dressed in her gown, the matron of honor shows up, Hope. Hope seems to be the friend that is Whitney's friend, but not really the rest of their friend, because they give Hope hell from the minute she gets there. And Hope seems to be that pretentious, oh my gosh, while I was flying in first class, I ran into the guy that I was in Jack and Jill with, and, that girl. And they were like, the only reason why she is even the maid of honor is because she actually introduced Hope to Ollie and Oli. And that's why she is even, because of course it would have been one of them, at least in their mind, it would have been one of them. So, and it seems like Renee and Hope seem to have the nastiest position, right? So Whitney comes out. I'm going to be honest, I don't like her dress. I don't like it. I don't know. Am I supposed to like it? I don't like it. I like the top. I don't really like that bottom. I don't like that bottom. It's got a big bow and it's got layers of tulle and stuff. I don't like it. But, child is probably a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 dress. I don't know. But anyway. So, once she comes out with the dress, of course, they're like, oh, you look beautiful. And immediately the ladies start arguing. Renee is asking for a slit in her dress. Ella's trying to get a +1. Renee is like, can you uninvite Jeff? And then can I get a +1 to invite another friend? And Sunday is making little snide comments back at Ella, talking about, oh, well, we know who won't have your back. We know who won't be defending you. Like that whole thing. And so finally, and they cussing all in front of her mama and everything. And so, her mother says, listen, ladies, y'all are not being supportive at all. Like, this is not what y'all are supposed to be doing right now. Like, y'all really supposed to have her back, and y'all don't. Finally, Whitley gets irritated, and she tells all of them, we need to have a closed-door meeting right now. So she ends up going in the back And everybody comes except for Hope and her mama. So now Hope was outside listening, which they knew Hope was outside listening because Hope said she was going to be outside eavesdropping. And I was like, please don't nobody, while they arguing, don't nobody let it slip that she done slept with another man or whatever's going on with this wedding situation, because Hope is right there listening and her mama right there too. And I said, please don't let them get so caught up in an argument that she said something she's supposed to say. But she didn't, they didn't. But she basically laid all of them out. She basically got all of them together and laid them out and was like, listen, this is what I need from you right now. Y'all know what I'm going through. Y'all know how I'm feeling. Y'all know all of this going on. And no, I cannot uninvite Jeff because Jeff is in the damn wedding. You know why Jeff is in the wedding? Because y'all are married or were married. And y'all was actually supposed to be given a toast. So no, I will not uninvite your husband to the wedding so you can invite some random dude. Ella, no, you can't bring a +1. It has nothing to do with the fact that I don't really see it for Anderson, but because I can't get nobody else a +1, you can't get a +1. Okay, Sunday, just deal with it, get over it, and let's move forward. She said, and y'all need to be nice to Hope because at this point right now, Hope is really the only friend that's being a friend. So get it together, baby. She got them all the way together, and of course, then they, you know, all of them apologized except for that damn Renee who still asked for a slit in her damn dress. Next thing you know, Whitney goes to dinner with her mom, and she's still snapping at her mother. And her mother is like, listen, what's going on with you? And she said, nothing. I'm nothing. She said, no. She said, I know this is going to probably make the situation worse, but I'm not getting ready to sit here and pretend like I don't see that there's something going on with you. There's something going on, and you need to tell me what's up. And so she was like, you know, I'm just, you know, dealing with wedding stuff. I just got a lot going on. And she said, well, I wouldn't know because you don't talk to me about your life. And she said, well, as if you care. She said, I do care. She said, why do you think I call you every morning? She said, well, I'm just stressed out trying to have the wedding that you wanted. She said, the wedding I wanted, the wedding that you've always wanted. And she said, no. If it was up to me and Ollie would have eloped years ago. But I know this is what you wanted. So now I'm stuck with this big wedding full of a bunch of your friends that I don't really care about. And so I think her mother, you know, her mother didn't defend that, so I felt like that might have been a little true. So then she was like, I call you. She said, you know why I call you every morning? Just so I can talk to you. And she said, well, you can see, she said, I know more about what's going on with Renee and Ella and them than I know about you. She said, well, that's because you always ask about them. She said, I'm just trying to prolong the conversation. She said, you're so closed off, you don't talk to me. And so I do everything I can to just try to get a conversation in with you. And so she sort of, you heard her, she sort of took it in, you know, and it was something her mother had wanted to order for like an appetizer. And she had sort of snapped at her mom. So at that point, the waiter came around and she ended up ordering what it was that her mother wanted to order. And she ordered 2 drinks for them, she said, because we have a lot to catch up on. And so you see that she looks like she's going to maybe open up to her mom a little bit. So that was good. That was a good ending. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.